Tank Blitz, Armour Pants here. I have another tank review for you tonight. This one is the VK3601. So we're on our German heavy tank line. So we're the next one up from the 3001H, and now we're up with the big boys. Oh yeah, this one, tier 8 gun on the 80mm boom stick, which is what is on the Tiger, by the way. And the Ag Tiger up in tier 8, so we are making progress, ladies and gentlemen, on our way up to the higher tiers. This, by the way, now is a fucking great tank. I love it. I'm super Yumi this tank in all my accounts, and I just love this tank. It's just brilliant. And as I'm just an ordinary type of player, it must be the tank, right? So the VK3601, as we said, it's tier 6 German heavy, just after the DW, your 3001H, and now you're up to the 3601H. The big difference is that this has now a big tier gun. It has the 88mm, which, as I said, appears on the Tiger. Now, it has a great rate of fire for such a big gun on a tier 6. It has really very accurate gun. It has low dispersion. It does very decent damage. We will pen almost everything, even if you're up tiered with a normal AP round, but with APCR it's guaranteed. And don't forget about HE, because it's such a big gun. If you see a light or medium tank, you have a very good chance of penning it, especially side or at the back. And tank destroyers, especially the German ones with no armour, always switch up to HE, because you'll do massive alpha rolls. You can even get up to 450, 500 with this gun and those lads. So just bear that in mind, you know. Always be cognitive of your ammunition loadout depending on your target, as we've discussed before. Now, looking at the armour profile of this tank, as you can see, it's like a tomato with an erection when you see it. It's just all red, isn't it? It's like traffic lights when you're in a hurry. And this thing here, right, it's just like, well, it's just purple, isn't it? It looks like fucking advertising for T-Mobile or something, doesn't it? Which you could add, given it's German. So anyway, this tank will, its armour is brilliant. You can see here, look at those armour angles you can get there. You're going to bounce shots at this tank, and you'll see it in the game that we're going to look at afterwards. You will bounce shots in this. Look at that turret, by the way. If you can get the hull protected, so go hull down as we've discussed before. Hull down is where you hide the hull, just have the turret shown, and it works when tanks with really strong turrets and maybe have vulnerable parts like at the lower mantle like this tank. If you can hide that, just stick out your hull, you can actually fire shots all day and you'll be very difficult to penetrate. You'll bounce lots of damage. In terms of tactics, it says it's not really good for anything except long range sniping, but I said that about the 3001H as well. Now way, my friend, but our armour profile in that gun, you can go front line in this tank and you can intimidate and bully, especially if you're top tier. There's very few things that are going to be out tanking you, you know. There's very few things that are going to outshoot you, very few things are going to outpen you, and very few things that are going to have better armour than you. And if you come up against, like the big Russian like KVIS or T150, yes, his gun is big and he's got good armour, but he does not have your rate of fire, so you'll out DPM him. So you can go front line of this, especially if you're a top tier. You can really intimidate and bully in this tank. You are a heavy tank. You are the tip of the spear. Your tactics are to support your team, to go front line, to take hits, protect the more vulnerable tanks, and to get out there and do some damage. And in this game, I think it's a pretty good example of how to utilise this tank strengths. So. We're on Mirage here. Now, what I often do is, especially if there's more than one heavy, don't do it if you're on your own, you get isolated. And as we always say, isolated is like, you're going to get fucked. Don't get ever isolated, right? But there's other heavies here too, so I'm going to go to the top left hand corner. I'm going to try to dominate that rock formation underneath the waterfall. It's also quite picturesque. It's the best place to send postcards from if you're on this map. So I'm going to go straight up here to the left, and I'm going to try to dominate that position. I'm going to try to capture that strategic position on this map for my team. And with this tank, I'm not afraid to do that, because I know that I can intimidate and bully the opposition. I'm asking for some help here simply because I don't want to get flanked. If you go up and take this rock formation here underneath the waterfall, and you're in a heavy tank like this, you can dominate and protect that very well, especially if you know what you're doing. But Only if they don't come up behind you. If they come up behind you, then, sleeping in the shower in prison, all bets are off. You don't know what's going to happen. You can get deliverance rounds, but you're going to, it's not going to end well for you. So anyway, we don't want to end up in that prison shower, which is quite apt really when you consider that you're underneath a waterfall. It actually sort of sets that tone very well, doesn't it? What I'm doing is here, I'm dominating now this. I've captured this. I am using that rock formation to protect the lower part of my tank. So I'm just going to stick out the turret, and by protecting the hull behind these rocks here, just sticking out the turret, I am going to be able to do lots of damage, and I'm not going to take that much damage. Now I've switched up to APCR here because I have small targets, and I want to make sure that each round goes through. But if I said to you before, whether you use APCR or not is a personal opinion, but my view is it's a toolbox. It's there for a reason, so use it when you're necessary. If it wasn't supposed to be used, it wouldn't be in the fucking game now, would it? Like these people, gold, no, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah, they only say that when you're smashing the shit out of them. Nobody ever says that when the shots bounce. So, it's time to move on from there. I've cleared that now, so now I want to go and support my team. You see there, I was able to bounce quite a lot of shots there. So I was just using the turret and the armour, and I was able to dominate that position. Now we've cleared this corner, and now we're able to go in and help my team out a bit more. Now I switch back to AP because now I'm against meds, so I know I'm going to pen really easily, especially with this gun. One last shot on him, a lovely snapshot straight into him. And again, German guns, they're just so fucking accurate, aren't they? That's just, the German tanks are just great for that. Now we're in a bit of trouble here. We're 2 tanks down, but I'm just trying to utilise this tank strength. You see, I'm just showing the turret there, so even I'm pretty confident I'm not going to take damage when I put a shot in on him. A lovely snapshot there. You see how good that gun is, and using the 8 degrees of gun depression that I have, I'm able to put a shot into him. Another shot in there, again using the gun depression, and I'm just farming damage here now. This guy is going to try to come up here and to flank us, but again I'm manoeuvring, and I'm trying to make angles. Again, bounce that shot there, take him out. I cleared another tank, so I bounced some damage and cleared the tanks. That really helped my team out. Now I have a nice shot on this KV-1S, I'm going to try to clear these tanks now. Now we're down to 3v2, so we've kind of rectified it a bit. But I think I'm going to lose my ally here soon. I think this KV-1S is going to take him out because he's a massive gun. And he has the big gun on this, but there's an 18-second reload on it. So when he fires this shot here, then I know that I have him. I tried to save my mate, but I couldn't. So now I'm down to a clubbing off situation, 3v1. I'm just checking what the tanks I'm up against are. Now this poor guy here, he has no hope of penning my turret with that 75mm gun on that. Even for an APCR, he's going to find it very difficult to pen me, whereas I'm just going to be able to smash him every time with the AP rounds. I don't even have to aim them that well, I just need to get them generally on target, because it doesn't matter where they hit him, it's going to go through. Now just decide to take a breather here, reassess the situation, and I want to try to force them into sort of maybe moving on me so that I can take them on one at a time, because if they take me on all 3 together, there's a good chance you're going to lose. In fact, you probably will lose, because despite what you see in karate movies, when they bad guys don't normally tend to attack you just one at a time. If you're just all mobbed in on you, like even if you're Jackie Chan, you're going to get the shit kicked out of you. And I'm not Jackie Chan, I'm just some dude in a tank. Actually, I'm not a dude in a tank, I'm some dude pushing a tank around with my thumbs, but you know what I mean. So I'm trying to look, where the fuck are these guys at now, and he's just saying go, go, go. Yeah, well, don't do things like that, because if you just go and drive straight into 3 of them, you're going to get the shit knocked out of you. You need to sort of get them to make mistakes. Now, the thing about this gun is, right, and here's the thing now, even though there's 3 of them, nobody wants to be the first one to get smashed with this fucking gun in the mouth, right, because it's going to fucking ruin your day, it's just literally like being in that prison shower. It's just not going to end well for you, and you're just going to regret it. So, and that's the great thing about this gun, it's intimidating. The armour profile is intimidating. So these guys are, they're all holding back, right? So now I was able to clear him. He was the main danger. Now I've got that T-25 somewhere. I don't really know where he is. And I'm going to go up here to see if I can have a look. Ah, now I found him here now. He smashes one into me, but I have to take it, and I know that I can take it because, you know, I'm like the dude who's been in prison for a long time. My arse is well used to punishment at this stage. So there, I take one shot from him, and that was it. But I had to clear the dude in the base because he'd be fucking travesty to lose the game on fucking base, wouldn't it? After all that fucking hard work. And then he's trying to make a run for it there. He puts one in, it bounces again. With his gun, 75mm, it's very, very difficult to pen me, especially if I only show him the turret. Now he's in a faster tank, but the T-25 is a deceptive tank. It's fast, but it's not very agile. And you can see here, I just Freddie Mercury around him. That is actually Vindaloo round, sets his arsehole on fire, and turns out a Japanese flag round, because that's his arsehole ends up looking like the Japanese flag, poor fella. So there you go. So almost 4k damage, 3.8k damage, which in a tier 6 is a phenomenal amount of damage. Significant carry for me. And that's what you can do with this tank, you know. It is a really, really great tank if played properly. So great gun, great rate of fire, great armour, great turret. If you can get hold down or protect your lower mantle, you're going to do very well. And if you're good with this tank, then you'll be ready for the higher tiers, my friends. Ready for the higher tiers. Music was The Horde from Warcraft, the original soundtrack, and Verdi Triumph for March from ID. Okay, hope you enjoyed it now. Cheers, Mush. Take care. See you now. Bye.